Hello and thank you for coming to my channel. I am Walter and this is Walter Doodles Art, and I really appreciate that you've taken some time out to come and watch my video. Today I am starting over. It's been a while since I've done one of my own art videos. I have been really trying to learn how to do videos, but I've been doing them with my job at the newspaper, with different meetings, different events, things like that. But I think I've figured out how to do a pretty good job now, and I'm hoping I can become a little more consistent than what I've been. And today I wanted to do something that I've actually been looking forward to for a long time. I have 3 pens here. They're actually much the same. They're Lamy Safaris, and to me these are the best pens that money can buy without going bankrupt. You can spend hundreds and even thousands and tens of thousands of dollars on a pen, and I refuse to do that. But these ones, they cost about $30, and that a couple more dollars and you get what, you'll see this in just a minute, you'll get what's called a ink converter, or a pen converter, that allows you to use liquid ink from a bottle instead of the cartridges. I'm not a big fan of the cartridges. Most of the time I think the quality is down. This is the one I kind of carry with me all the time. It's right up there with my Coeco Sport as far as a pen I use almost on a daily basis. This particular one, it has a medium nib, and I just love, let that get focused in there if it will. Yeah, maybe it won't, but anyway, I just love the line that it produces. There's very little scratch on the paper with this pen. It is already filled, and it is filled with this, and this is your platinum carbon ink. It's a black that dries fairly quickly. In the green Lamy Safari, it is a fine nib pen tip, and I am going to put Lamy, and this is a kind of a red, little bit of a pinkish and orangish tinge to it, and you'll see me, I'm going to fill that up with that color. And then this beige one is also another fine tip pen, and in that I am going to put in the Parker's, and it's a blue. I do not know what type of blue it is. This is a very old bottle of ink. I generally do not put any different colors of ink other than black, but in this particular video I want to experiment around just a little bit, so we're going to get to that in just a minute. This is a piece of cotton parchment paper, and that's what I'm going to be drawing on. I have found it accepts the ink very well. It has a tendency to be a little smudgy once in a while, depending on what I'm drawing with. But we're going to find out. When you're drawing with fountain pens, smudge is just one of those things you kind of have to accept. So let's go ahead and fill up these pens, and then I'll get set up to start the drawing. Like I said, I've already got my carbon black inside my black Lamy Safari medium point. I'm going to put the red inside my green one. The only reason I think I'm choosing that color combination is because I think it's easier to remember Christmas. This is what I was talking about with the converter. It's just in place of the cartridge, and what you have is you have a piston in here, and as you turn it, it sucks the ink up into this. Now you can go ahead and just dip that in the bottle and suck it up that way. I prefer to install it into the pen and I didn't get that in right. There are on a Lamy cartridge, there are these two little nibs. I don't know if you can see those or not, here and here. And there's this small slash that actually has a holder unit for those two things, so it doesn't move around. It holds it nice and tight inside the nib. So I'm going to dip it in there, and we are going to suck it up. Now I will suck it up and empty it out and suck it up again, and the reason for that is you can see there's a little bit of an airspace at the top. When I empty it out, it will have a tendency to get rid of some of that airspace on the next time around, because now the nib itself is all full of ink. And this time you can see it's pretty much filled the entire cartridge. So you get a little bit more ink. Go ahead and put that back on the section of the pen. Close that up. And then I like to clean the top of the pen, the nib and the body where it gets into the ink, and you can see it's got a little orangey pinkish tinge to this. It's a pretty nice color. I think I'm going to use it mostly for just, I don't know, some highlights here or there, some details that I just want a little color on. And then we're going to go ahead and put the blue inside the beige one. Excuse me. And again, you can see the little nibs that are on the side. They go right in to that little slot, and it clicks in place. That holds it really nice and firm, better than a lot of cartridges. I have to tip this bottle to get a deep enough ink, and we suck some up. And we are having trouble getting enough ink in it, so we're going to have to tip that bottle even a little more. There we go. That filled it up pretty good. Made kind of a mess on my nib, the front part of my pen. I don't know what the name of all those different areas of the pen are called. I'm not sure I care that much either. So anyway, we'll clean that up as best we can. And obviously that blue stains a little bit, so I need to be very careful. It's very old ink. That bottle is probably older than I am. Maybe not, but it could be. It was given to me by somebody who knows I collect this stuff. So anyway, we're trying to clean it up as best we can, and that's about it. And a lot of people are used to this with me. I get ink on my fingers and stuff quite a bit. I just wipe it off as best I can on paper towel, and I let it be. It's what it is. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn off the camera, get the rest of my stuff set up, and we're going to get to drawing with 3 Lamy Safaris. Black, which will be my main instrument to draw with. Red would probably be my main highlight, and blue will be my shadow color. And I will see you in just a minute. And again, thank you for watching. If you like this video, thumbs up please, and also if you would, hit the subscribe button and share this if you would. And if you've watched the video all the way through, I would really appreciate it if you would just make a comment down there. I try to get to all my comments. Sometimes it takes me a minute or a few days to get there, but I do try. And I appreciate you watching, and God bless, and I will see you on the reverse side. Well, I want to thank you again for coming and viewing my little doodling here. This isn't much of one. I have gotten away from this for so long because things in my life turned into something I didn't anticipate that they would be. And so I wasn't able to really keep working on my own video channel for a while, but my work actually allowed me to get to know this program for editing videos very well, and I'm a lot quicker at it than I used to be. And so I figured I'm going to give this a try again because it's something I've always wanted to do. It was very hard to make the decision to not do some of these videos a couple of years ago when I really wanted to. I still have always wanted to, but I was working from home and I'd come home and have to produce a video for work, and then the last thing I wanted to do was face this again. So I stopped, and I was doing some teaching of art, but not in the ink, not doodling. Um, and I will be doing other things besides just simple doodles. But I needed to get back into it, and I thought, let's start with something a little simple. So this is just a quick little doodle. I need to talk about this pen, the Lamy Safari. The one you see me drawing with right now. That one I carry with me just about everywhere I go. It is absolutely a marvelous pen. When I'm taking notes for my work, I do not like real fine point pens most of the time. If what I want is a fine point pen, I also carry around with me a Coico Sport, which is a really nice pen for what it is. It's very small. It posts well, though. The cap will post on the end of the pen, and it makes it a little bit longer, so you actually get a good grip with it. The only drawback on that one, and the reason I don't use it more, is that the piston converter that holds the ink is very tiny, and it holds about, I don't know, maybe half the amount of ink that this particular pen holds. It's still, I can write with that pen for probably a full week before I have to clean it and fill it up again. But this Lamy Safari, it holds a lot of ink. There is one issue I've always had with this pen, and not always, that's overstating it, but sometimes. And as such, I have bought several piston converters in case I have that problem. The converters can tend to get a little stiff. I don't know if it's the rubber around the piston that just is all of a sudden rubbing on the inside of the cylinder that holds the ink, or if it's actually the mechanism itself when you turn it and pushes the piston up or down. But it has a tendency to get a little stiff and a little hard to fill. Other than that, I have never had a complaint with this pen. That one you see me using right now, that was the first one I had, and in fact that one I used so often before I bought two more of this pen that I actually ruined the nib, and I had to go ahead and buy a new nib. And I got a fine point. Originally it was a medium, and I realized after I had changed that nib out, I still liked the medium. And so I bought a new pen with the medium and then a new one with the fine point. I liked it too. But it was so easy to change out the damaged nib that was just another reason that I've absolutely fallen in love with this pen. And really, if you can buy the pen, converter, bottle of ink, and possibly even a little pen case, a little leather pouch to carry it around with, probably for less than $50. And most fountain pens cost many dollars more than that. And most of them that I've used, not as good. This Lamy Safari is fantastic. Anyway, I do want to thank you for watching my video, and I really do appreciate it. Please give this video a like and subscribe. I love comments. If you want to leave me a comment, I'm more than welcome them. And I love you. Thank you. Goodbye.